No Facebook.
No. Could you imagine that, John?
No.
You'd actually probably be liked.
Wow, I did not get up at 7 o'clock to
I know. John has the title of the most hated man on Facebook, and it's something that he's worked at for a very long time. To read John Kendall's comments on Facebook is actually, what was it this morning? Has he made comments already? Politically incorrect? Jonathan?
That was a classic, man. It was really good. It started off very nice. Very nice.
Started off very nice and then the demon. Anyway, I don't want to read it. I can't read John's comments anymore because people go, what about this guy? I'm going, it's not my responsibility. But anyway, going back to...
I was going to fall asleep, man.
When you depended purely upon the person that you're in love with, and there was no TV, and so the TV would have been the deafening stars at night and the sound of the river flowing by. Anyway, this is her story. Sitting there at the station with two boys bored out of their minds. Their eyes are unfocused and gazing at the steam clouds coming down the line. She's painting a picture, a beautiful picture. The thought of him now makes her smile. As the heat rises slowly, she don't feel so lonely, wiping the tear from her eye. 10 years before she'd read a newspaper ad for barmaids that were needed out in the West. £10 in accommodation for pouring beers, making up the beds. So she packed up her suitcase, her old leather suitcase, and caught the train to Barker Bride. And after a year or so, two brothers fell for her, and she chose the one with the sparkling eyes. And on the bend of the river, he built for her a home, four walls and a tin roof in the shade of the peppercorn. Out on 1,200 acres, where all they had was love on the bend of a river with a million stars above. Well, Annie grew with the silence and watching the great Namoy flow, surrounded by roses. She pruned and she bloomed. Oh, how she would love to watch them grow. Two sons within 8 years, and some lost between, but together they always got by. But when Lynn went out shearing, the stroke hit and killed him, but something inside of her died. And after the funeral, the small town funeral, she wondered which way she should go. for the brother still loved her. And if she'd give the word, he would raise up the children as his own. But there's no going forward when you're looking back, and the only way she could survive was to pack up a suitcase, her children in a suitcase, and the train back to Sydney she would ride. And on the bend of a river he built for her home, four walls and a tin roof in the shade of a peppercorn. Out on 1,200 acres, where all they had was love, on the bend of a river with a million stars above. On the bend of a river with a million stars above. Sitting there at the station with two boys bored out of their minds. Their eyes are now focused and staring at the steam train coming down the line.
Hello, my friend, it's good to see you again. Has the road less traveled come to an end? Hell hath no fury. I hope you will find that all things get better with time. What can I do after the life you've been through? Some days it's fine, other days it's raining. Some days you got to survive. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, sometimes we forget we're alive. That dog in your backyard, it keeps on barking, it just won't leave it alone. You've got a choice, stop suffering in silence. I offer my shoulder for you to lean on. Stop saying it's over, start living instead. The lady ain't singing, it ain't over yet. Some days it's fine, other days it's raining. Some days you got to survive. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, sometimes we forget we're alive, John. I hope that one day you'll find a silver lining. You'll pick up your halo and stretch out your wings. Climb back on board and keep your light shining. And no more that black dog come sniffing through your things. So let's all raise our glasses and drink from the cup. Our lips speak your name and our hearts keep your love. Some days it's fine, other days it's raining. Some days you got to survive. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, sometimes sometimes we forget we're alive. Yeah, sometimes we forget we're alive. Oh yeah, sometimes we forget we're alive.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so get your bits on.
You're on your own.
And Keno's about to start too.
Luke, could you tell us what three you're nominated for?
Wait.
Huh?
Luke, could you tell us what three you're nominated for tonight?
Yeah, I'm nominated for The Drover's Wife, for, thank you, Heritage Track of the Year, and also The Drovers has got us in for Male Vocal of the Year, thank you, and I'm in a third category for Vocal Collaboration with Diana Corcoran for the song New England Sky. Thank you. I really hope that I can share it with you. You know what I mean? The fact that you're here now is open, anyone's guess. But look, it's just nice to be there, as they say. But yeah, I'd really love to go. Look, here you go. You guys have this because it's your support over the last 10 years and longer. You know, that's really kept me going. So thank you very much.
We can melt it down on stage, you've got to share it all around.
Yeah, it's your shout.
I'll put them on
Silly.
tonight. Maybe not a minute. I promise you I will wear them.
Will you prove that?
Hey, Luke, just remember where you're at, man, remember?
Huh?
You know where I'm coming from, Carter, isn't it? Just remember where you're at.
Thanks, Dave. Remember where you're at,
Yeah.
which is somewhere near Pluto.
My dad told me to wear my hat, but I was going to Thailand for a holiday. Sorry, it's too early in the morning for this.
I found Benoit, or you would have been with the Ring of Kerry. Yeah, it's one of those stunning places where you go, and it really is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of the world. And in a town called Caersheveen, there's a old ruined castle, as all the castles are. And I thought, oh, this is good. I'll just camp here tonight. There's nothing around there but fields. And so I thought, I'll spend a night in the old castle. So I got my swag out, the guitar, and a bottle of Irish whiskey. And I kind of sat there and played my songs, and as the sun went down, it was right on the coast, so the mist started rolling in, and nothing but fields, and it started little bats flying around. I was sitting there going, feeling pretty chuffed.
And ants.
Yeah, no ants. And all of a sudden, halfway down through the bottle, you hear this. Who's there? Just like that. And I was going, hello, how you going? Luke from Australia. Anyway, nothing, not a sound.
Luke from
Just
Australia.
going.
It's like the Luke from Australia.
Well, I didn't know, like, if they thought, oh, I'm not supposed to be on this land. Oh, he's an Aussie, I won't shoot him just yet. So, nothing, didn't hear a sound. And I'm going, oh. It was a definite cough. So I've kind of put the lid back on the bottle. And it's just like an old ruined castle with mist everywhere, and I'm just going, alright, I pull the swag back. I'm going, maybe I'm hearing things. As I've just kind of convinced myself I'm hearing things like a
Seagull.
and I just going. So I'm going, right, that was a definite cough. So I learned a lot about how to sleep with one eye open that night. Like this. Anyway, in the morning, somehow I survived And as the mist started to rise, what was that noise? And all of a sudden there's, you know, these fields where there was nothing really. Here was this cow going. It was also smoking. Moo. Emphasize the cow. Moo. So, car Shanine, but and as I mentioned somewhere before, they ended up coming up to New England.
Could we get, sorry, more of Tim in the fold back? Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
I think it's in B. And there's something fascinating about our Australian skies. It's the light, that bleach, brilliant light. And you can see when a movie's been shot in Australia because it's just got that clarity, you know. And I think what would have been the most stark difference for most of our ancestors when they came over from the, you know, that northern hemisphere would have been our clear blue days. Even in the heart of winter, you got these beautiful blue days. Michael was born a farmer's son, south near Cashleen, arrested while robbing the English to feed his family, stolen away from a stone land and sent off to Botany Bay, arriving with nothing but hunger on a clear blue day. Shackled and chained, he was thrown in a gang in the business of building the roads. Together they opened up Australia with the blood and the tears that were sown. After 7 long years of hard labor, no longer Her Majesty's slave. And as a change removed, he cried, freedom on a clear blue day. That's right, he said, la da da, la da da, do, 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 do. He did fall for a sweet Irish girl, and together home they would try to raise and build up a family in the free land around Bagabragh. Now with hearts and with hands, well they would with the land, through drought and through flood and through pain. And as they looked what they'd done, as he held up his son on the clear blue day, and he said, oh, la, da, do, 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 across this land. I thank God up in heaven that I am Australian, and I cannot describe feeling as I stand before the grave and the footsteps of my father on a clear blue day, and the footsteps of my father on a clear blue day. Yeah.
Thank you very much. They just angels. They're everywhere. They're amongst us. Introduce yourself to them. Don't step on their wings. Phil, you're another angel. John, you're an angel, but of the dark.
4X angel.
4X angel.
So I've got to wash my hands. I had one of the best. I just had one of the best bacon and egg rolls, and it's still all over my finger.
Really? Could I put an order in for a bacon and egg roll, please? We'll get it in the break.
Oh, but I can see what's behind Rosemary's eyes.
For anyone who's been to Sunday school,
from a story that's as old as time comes one that you have never heard. Don't take long, but it's about a song that was born from a blessing and a curse. Well, you know how he built his ark, lined them all up in a row. Well, the last two enter, he was black as night. The first one, she was white as snow. A white dove, black crow. For 40 days and for 40 nights, the rain had fell, the lions roared. It's cold and dark inside the ark. The birds of a feather were no more, and the waves they crashed in the lightning flash. And Crow said, let her rock and let her roll. He says, baby, it's time about some peace of mind. He sang his song something low. So white dove, black crow. Noah had a law and he knew when he saw the lonely egg upon the nest. He said, hey there, Raven, if you're so smart, it's time that we put you to the test. And he opened up the window and he cast him out. He said, find me land or don't come home. He said, the world don't need any more of your seed, but see how you make it on your own. That the white dove, the black crow, he looked around, but all that he found was bodies floating on the sea. He couldn't go back and his mind went crack as he stumbled on a ravenous feast. And as the days went by, well, the dove she cried till Noah said, go find your mate. As the waters came down, she finally found him. She knew that it was too late. So with a broken heart, she returned to the ark, an olive branch within a beak. But the egg was gone, and she prayed to the Lord to finally grant the world peace. So when you hear the song of the caravan, if you listen closely, you now know it's about my father, who was black as night, and my mama, who was white as snow. White dove, black crow.
Thank you very much.